Look at him. He's just dickered. Just dickered, boys. Son of a bitch.
Yo, yo. Class A, and macro. Not connected, not elected to participate. Bouncing down the stems will make your
Hey
head
everybody,
hurt.
welcome back
Enjoy
to
the
Take Her
taste.
Wide. This is episode 270. What is it, Victoria Day today? I think I'm recording this Sunday night, and you can probably hear a bunch of wieners fucking popping off their fireworks. Like, I'm sure there's a comedian who has a bit on this, but I feel that these buy yourself fireworks, and this isn't even to be a hater. I guess it is being a hater, but it's, I don't know, 9:30 Sunday night, and people are shooting fireworks, and unless you're like 8, I guess that's cool, but it's annoying me right now. It's annoying me. Fireworks aren't exciting. Maybe you go to Disneyland, maybe that's exciting then, but right now it's not exciting. So you might hear some fucking pew, 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 whatever in the background. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good long weekend, if that's the case. If not, too bad, so sad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I should be introing the podcast like this. I don't know if you guys give a shit about what I'm up to as far as like, here's my personal life and my personal shit. A lot of the listeners are just, you guys are my friends, so maybe you care. Maybe there's new listeners who don't care. But let's just ease into the sponsors, I guess. That's instead of just jumping into it. I still am trying to figure this out. I want you guys to support these people. Follow them, like their Instagram pages and all that stuff. Buy their product. It's cool. They are helping me, so help them. Let's just shoot these off. Brewed Biscuits, all natural spent grain pet treats. These people are located out of Norfolk County, and they make pet treats using spent grains. Spent grains are the oats and barley that a brewer will use to make the wort. And sometimes these grains don't get used for much else than maybe compost, but they still have nutrition in them. They're still like 20% protein, 70% dietary fiber. And Brewed Biscuits, they have made pet treats with these. There's no alcohol in it. There's no hops or salt or sugar or additives or preservatives. Super, super, super natural. Good for puppies, good for old dogs. Ocho loves these treats. And it's cool. I feel a kinship with these people. Just small time underdog type stuff, trying to do something cool. That's what I'm trying to do as well. So if you go to twospentgrains.ca, you can find what they're selling. That's TWO. They have the 3 types: peanut butter, pumpkin sweet potato, apple cinnamon. And you can order online, which is great. They are tasty, tasty treats. Ocho loves them. So give them a follow. Next, we have Heartbeat Hot Sauce. If you guys are hot sauce fans or want to try to become a fan, and Heartbeat Hot Sauce, I've learned 2 things, or one thing I can at least say, where growing up I knew Tabasco to be the hot sauce, right? But that's like a vinegary hot sauce. It's the hotness is the vinegar flavor is the quote unquote what you think is hot, what I thought was hot as a kid. Heartbeat it's a delicious hot sauce. It's super tasty. I can almost eat the sauce on its own. It's hot. Like, they have different types. They have habanero, red habanero. They have the jalapeno. They have the blueberry habanero. It's a delicious hot sauce. Super, super fucking tasty. If you haven't tried it, you can find them in stores across Canada. Just go to heartbeathotsauce.com and you can find out where they're selling them. I'm going to have more bottles here in Cambridge, so if you're around and you want to just pick up a bottle off me, I'll have some. Really fucking good hot sauce. That's all I can really say. They were on season 6 of Hot Ones, and if you haven't tried it, you have to try it. heartbeathotsauce.com. Kevin Rigo of Hefner Toyota is the next sponsor. He's my good friend, Kevin, and he supports the show. He's a car salesman out in Kitchener. If you or someone you know, friend, family, anyone is thinking about buying a new car, and you're in the 519 area, and maybe it's a Toyota, go see Kevin. Talk to him about the show, and he'll give you special pricing on new vehicles. He's awesome. I wish more of you people knew him. He's just hilarious, family man, honest guy, and I know he'll make the experience easy and enjoyable. So Kevin Rigo of Hefner Toyota. He's at 3121 King Street East in Kitchener. Find him on Facebook. Also, ironcladgraphics.com. They are a silk screening company in Kingston. They ship coast to coast. They're competitive with their pricing. They can cover anything you need. Hats, koozies, pins. They just did a batch of pins and patches for me. That's up on my Big Cartel. Takerwide.bigcartel.com if you want to order a little combo. They're just pros. They've been doing it for fucking ever. They do small shit like my show. They do big, massive things. Just give them an email if you want to try to get a good price, and I'm sure they can help you out. DapperBeardOil.com is the next one. Dapper Beard Oil is a beard oil company out of Ottawa, and my friend Andrew runs it. Truly, he's an artist. He really puts a lot of passion and effort into what he's making. It's a great beard oil. I've used it. It's functional as far as isn't like, I don't know if people use beard oil and know what it is, but I can just list off. It's ethically sourced. It helps hydrate your beard. It helps repair your beard. It's antibacterial. It reduces beard dandruff. It's just a nice little touch to the beard. I'm probably due to get some myself. I drool in my sleep, and if you have a beard, you eat food and it gets caught in it. So just do yourself a favor and get that shit in check. Buy some Dapper Beard Oil. Use promo code TakerWide free ship and save on the shipping, which is sick. Save that shipping. Support a local business. Not local, but support the small guy. DapperBeardOil.com. Lastly, WellingtonBrewery.ca. They provide the beers. They provide the social lubricant for some of these shows. I've been sipping on the Hell's Lager. The SPAs are delicious. The Upside IPAs are amazing. I have a rhubarb saison, I think. Let me see. Yep, rhubarb saison. Might have one right now. And they're great. They're from Guelph, and they craft award-winning beers in small batches using the freshest all-natural ingredients. They're just a great company on board with this show. So all these sponsors help me get the show to you. Show them love. Sorry if I sound stuffed up. I do have a cold that I've been fighting. Viv's out in Europe. And of course, 2 days after she leaves, I get sick. Classic. But whatever. This episode is with my good friends Scott and Andrew. They play in Frig Dancer. Most of you probably know them from Antithesis. And it's the record they put out is awesome, man. It's crazy. You listen to it and it's hard to believe that that's fucking Miller singing. If you don't know these guys, get to know them in this episode. If you know them, listen in. It's just some homies. We talk about the record. We talk about song meanings, and it was a real pleasure to talk to these cats, as it always is. So if you're at work, that sucks. I'm sorry. But if you're not, it's Monday. It's a day off. And hope this is a good way to start it. Okay. 270 with Miller and Andrew.
Yeah. It's been a bit. We had last year was good. I think I saw you twice. 3 times.
3 times, was it?
Yeah, because we played shows, and then Megan and I were up there.
Oh, right. You did.
And then at the Zap show.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was good to see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that bummed me out the next day that I couldn't have lunch with you guys. Like, that whole thing fucking fell apart. Like, I just remember I came in and just, like, grabbed a handful of potatoes and, like...
Yeah, Sean gave you half his meal and you just hit the road.
It was sad. I was, like, sad eating that, driving through the traffic, like, cold potatoes.
Yeah. Well, I felt bad, too, because you seemed kind of, like, a little stressed out at the show, too, because there's, like, so many people to talk to, and you were just, like, bouncing. Like, I'm sorry, man, I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's a real problem. Like, especially a show like that, like, it's a record launch.
Show.
Yeah, so many home, and especially you guys, and, like, because it's the thing where I almost feel like I owe it to, like, you and Lee to give you guys more of my time, because it's like, I can see, it's more likely I'm going to see a lot of these people sooner than specifically the 3 of you guys, so.
Yeah.
I wanted to get
we were pretty mad.
Yeah, we talked shit about you the whole way home.
Yeah. It was great.
How fucking good were Cellos and Shallow, though?
Man.
Very. Shallow was crushing.
Oh.
It was so fucking heavy.
It was so heavy. That was such an awesome night.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the new record, man. Fucking Frig Dancer. Actually, is Kat there right now? Can she hear me?
Yeah.
I want to ask her, like, how bad that cover stank.
I'm a nurse, so it was pretty fine. I was bothered more by it than me. I have a strong Like,
I was looking at it and I'm like, this poor woman. What the fuck do these guys like? Like, hey, look at our stupid idea. Just hold a fork and knife with all this stinky food. It'll be awesome.
She's used to beds covered in diarrhea and
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, shit. Good
8
person.
month old like creamy chicken soup was fine.
Was that? Go
made
ahead.
me gag. And if you look at, there's the wine glass on the left. There's like slimy peas going down the outside of it.
Yeah, that was gross.
And there's
thank you. Yeah.
and there's a few like on the table. And the
I'm looking right now.
The peas grossed me out, man. I was
Yeah.
actually gagging.
The peas
that-
were gross. It looked.
That like seeing it makes me gag a little bit.
And that
They
was
were
accidental.
they
That
were-
was accidental.
They were
Ugh.
real mucousy.
Ugh.
They were pure slime. And we found them in the back of the fridge. They were from Christmas dinner. And it was totally accidental. Like, some of the other stuff was gross on purpose that we had. And that was just purely disgusting. The cream of chicken soup in the wine glass, I think, was like 5 or 6 years expired.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cat, you're a
The-
saint.
Kind of the splash of red on everything
Mm-hmm.
is Frank's Red Hot. That was also
Overdue
years
and warm.
expired. That
Yeah.
bothered me too, though.
That was
It was
gross.
like the bit of heat from the Franks was just added to the rotten of
Yeah.
everything.
That tang.
That's well,
But
it's
yeah.
it's a great cover because I can like
Yeah, it's
smell it
fun.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I on the back the track list I fucked up like the first word I wrote and just scratched it. I was like whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I-
I just left it. I think I put oops.
Yeah, shit. Well, I guess I didn't see the back yet.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, so you like hand wrote the
The track list.
The track list on the back of the like the vinyl version. I don't
It's-
think it's on the cassette. Is it?
No.
it's
Oh, sorry, Bungo.
It's kind of, well, I don't know. It is kind of crazy, but not to do a fun project like this and then press it to vinyl. Like, would you agree or no?
That wasn't the intention at all at first.
Yeah. So we have how many pink cassettes do we have?
60 or 70.
Yeah, like we bought. There was a sale on pink cassettes, and they were like I don't know 20 minutes or something in length. So we were just gonna do like an EP or just like a 15-minute full length and just put it on those pink tapes. And then we just got writing music and talking about vinyl. And as soon as you bring vinyl up, this guy's gonna go for it. So
So you did it.
yeah, it was kind of inevitable. Like once we realized we had 16 songs, it was kind of
They look.
Yeah, because at first the intention, we wrote 8 songs in 2 jam sessions, like 2 days in a row.
8 songs. In
We
2
wrote 8
days.
songs, so we're like, let's just put those out as an EP, a demo, whatever you want to call it, something. So that was the intention. But then once we got on a roll, we just kept cranking songs out. So by the time we went to actually record, we had 15 tracks to do.
Damn.
So we're like, all right, well, now we're talking full length
Yeah.
instead of an EP.
Hold up. Sorry, my dog.
And then
is
when we were
fucking
recording,
biting something. Sorry, guys. Hold up.
just booted him.
Okay. Sorry. So while you were recording,
fun.
the last thing you said. Do you remember what you were saying? It's gone.
Oh yeah. By the time
Before he stopped to beat the
yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Before you kicked your dog, we were talking about. We went to record and we had 15 songs ready, and then we were doing drum tracks, and we had a little bit of extra time, so we even wrote the 16th song
Damn.
like right there. So we're like, okay, we got an extra hour, so we're like, let's write a song right now and record it. So we took like literally probably 10 minutes,
Yeah.
figured out a structure.
And that's Dirtbag.
And then that song Dirtbag Cat was literally written in 10 minutes, and we recorded it right there as we were set up. So that, we kind of expect, hey, this might suck, right? But honestly, it's probably one of my on there,
Yeah,
which
wow.
is
It worked out really
ridiculous, really.
But it is it's a.
So yeah, we ended tracks.
Sorry, go ahead. Say that again.
Oh, we ended up with 16 tracks total.
So it was just a kind of fuck it thing, because I don't know, because I know that, Miller, you have like lots of Instagram followers and you have the label, so it's not like nobody knows who you are or what you're attached to. But
Yeah.
how many did you guys press, and like how well do you think you'll do with it? How many, like, it's hard to answer that, but you committed to
Yeah.
pressing it, so what are the hopes with it? What would you be happy with sale wise?
If we did do a repress, I'd be happy.
I think we'll sell all of them eventually.
Yeah.
How many did you do?
So we pressed 216,
Weird.
with with the overs, it ended up being
Oh.
200. And we asked
Yeah.
for 200.
Yeah, okay.
So we have 108 on yellow and 108 on red, and I mean it comes out on the 17th. I probably sold a dozen already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, or maybe even more than that now, because I've shipped a couple off. We got 100 tapes too.
Did Cameron do that?
So so we kind of collaborated on the vinyl and the sets. So Ancient Temple Recordings and Hibernation Release are on both the vinyl and tapes. So we just kind of split everything.
Cool.
In where we're still pretty much a brand new band, like we've only played 6 or 8 shows or something.
Like that,
Wow.
man.
Like I'm expecting nothing at this point.
Uh-huh.
But now that we're going to play shows and stuff, we already have everything. Instead of playing a whole bunch and having nothing to give anyone,
Yeah.
we have a full length that we have to give people.
Yeah. And I think too, like part of it is like, we're both in our 30s and we've been playing together for like 13 years in Antithesis, which is fucking crazy to think about. And I think it was, obviously Lily's super busy. He has 2 kids now and he's a great dad, and that's where a lot of his time's being spent along with school. So it's hard for him to kind of commit to a lot of stuff at this point, and fair enough, right? But I think we kind of figured like we want to actually give this a go again,
Huh.
and really try to get out some more shows and like try to move some music. Let's just go all out, right? I mean, we're already familiar with getting vinyl press. We have contacts. Let's just, the two of us, where it's easy, the music is simple, the setup's simple. Let's just try to hit this as hard as we can, right? Because I mean, before you know it, we'll be 45 and not being able to do any of this,
And
right?
still playing in Frig
Yeah,
Dancer.
exactly.
Yeah. Still playing
So
Quispam.
it was for me, I had almost like an existential crisis of like, all right, there's stuff I want to do, and we need to get it done now because
Yeah.
time's ticking.
Well, it's you guys. It's experience that can make it a success, right? You know how to record, you know how to press, you know how to do shows. So it's kind of makes me think of when I spoke to the Lodos guys, when I talked to John. They have so much experience to execute the release of that, and they did like a 10-day tour, but I think they've sold out of their vinyl.
Yeah,
So
that album
yeah.
rips.
Oh, it's so good, eh? I got to see them
Yeah,
live too.
Have you?
Yeah, I was in Montreal to do that Aprilis Fest.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they did Turbo House, didn't they?
And yeah, so the night that I went into Jam, they were playing Turbo House, so I got to go see them. But yeah, they were like, I think same thing as you guys. You jumped a few steps and you're just like prepped and ready to do it.
Yeah,
It's cool you pressed it to vinyl, man.
It's really just an experience thing, and just
Yeah.
it's like you say, it's pretty much just having the experience and knowing what to do, and being self-sufficient makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Like where we can literally just, hey, can you record next week?
Yeah.
And we can just do it.
Yeah. Oh my
It's-
God.
I mean, it's so easy, man.
Yeah.
And I think all the time, I'm like, just think if we couldn't do that ourselves, like, would we ever get anything done?
Yeah.
Well, you would, but it'd cost that much more. You'd tack on, and I think even the cost of things can be such a blow to the momentum. It's like, cost that much, and you put it off and put it off.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we're so lucky that way. Like when I hear about other bands like recording and like all the hassles and like all the money down and everything.
The
it's
money.
like, holy shit! Like, yeah, like we really have it good.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck yeah,
really,
man.
like
We're just, really, when it comes down to it, we're just trying to recoup the cost of actually pressing the albums, because we have 0 recording costs. It's just, that's all it is.
yeah.
Did
So it's not like
Sorry,
Go for it.
this fucking delay, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
Fuck
good.
me. I could just call you guys and it would be just audio. I like seeing you guys, but
Yeah. So,
I like seeing you guys, so fuck it. I was just gonna say at $20, and I think a super fair price for vinyl, man. $20.
totally.
Is that gonna be a decent return on it? Like, you don't have to say how much you paid per thing, but
It's like you say, that's more than a fair price, especially in Canada for colored records.
yeah, fuck.
I mean, I know that we all have experience with this, and I mean, go to a record store, man, and it's nothing to see single LPs for $35-40 now in
no
Canada.
kidding.
10 years ago, you get like an LP for $20 very
Yeah.
easily, but man, it's shot up.
Yeah. And I mean, the exchange rate's horrible, and still most stuff is pressed in the U.S., so I get it.
Yeah.
But I still like the fact that someone can give you $20 and get your record.
Yeah.
And really, the fact that we're not in this to make a ton of money helps. We both have good jobs. It's not about money whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it like, dude, if I make money back and I break even, I'm happy, and anything above that is a bonus.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to get it out there, right? $20 is easy.
It's fucking like so.
But it is funny too.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to say it's funny. Like you were just kind of talking about, like, man, you guys haven't been fucking around. Like you just like straight to vinyl, like first release, and like we played like 6 shows, and like, yeah, we're primarily metal guys, and been playing in this fucking ugly metal band for 13 years. So these Frig Dancer shows, especially like in PEI, like it's a whole new group of people that a lot of people we haven't really. They don't come up to shows, right? So they come up to see this goofy punk band, and like they're like, holy shit, I've never heard of you guys. You have all this merch, like.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, you have records and tapes? Like,
Yeah,
who are
2
you?
different T-shirts. Like, who
Yeah.
the fuck are you guys? Yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck, man.
Antithesis played like 2 people in like when we played PEI, we played to like 2 people. Antithesis shows.
Yeah.
Well, last night there was with
You
Grabert
guys, yeah.
on that
Oh,
Sunday night.
That
With, like,
upstairs
15
spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Iron Eye and that Slayer cover band.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
It was
right.
sick.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing another
Yeah.
beer. Oh, sorry, I just had to grab another beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
In your flats of beer there.
yeah. Check it out. I'm gonna sip on a rhubarb saison from Welly. I just got these today.
Oh,
Rhubarb.
Artwork by Gregory Pepper. Yeah, rhubarb's saison. I don't know, let's find out what it tastes
I
like.
feel like I've had zone before or something rhubarby.
I actually wanted
Man,
to
ships.
ship some of that. Yeah, I'll get my
Oh,
Welly rep.
I'll trade you some Alpine for it.
Sure, bud. But actually, was gonna ask you guys the difference in an Antithesis set versus the Frig Dancer set. There's a whole fucking shit ton of them, I'm sure. But what's like the biggest difference aside from the music? Is it like it's funner or is it more difficult? It's probably different for you, Miller, because you're singing, but you're performing, but it's totally different music.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like doing vocals is like biggest difference.
That's
for
right.
sure.
Yeah, you do vocals too.
Yeah, that's it's really hard to not.
What's in that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
A
not
little rat tail. No, just kidding.
Nice.
oh, rat tail.
Dudes at work found a giant rat last night.
Gross.
Nasty. Sorry. No, I should. It's delicious beer.
Bigger than a raccoon rat.
But yeah,
Oh,
you're
like a wharf rat. Yeah.
you're doing vocals, Andy, and Miller's singing, but like, yeah, I think we did talk about this maybe a little bit, but it's probably a little more nerve wracking because it's so new.
Yeah, totally. First shows
Yeah.
were super weird.
The first shows were real weird.
What was
I'm
it?
more comfortable with, but pardon?
I was gonna say, what was that first show like? What did it feel like? Where was it? And how did it go?
It was in Moncton at Plan B, so you can relate to that.
Mhm.
And it was with Orchid's Curse and Dead Guard, which is a band from Newfoundland.
Okay.
And was there someone?
Shit, there was, but it was all metal bands.
It was all metal bands.
And
Because
you
everyone
guys-
we know is in metal. Yeah. So we're like, hey, we're not expecting anyone here to enjoy this, but there's a bunch of our friends here. So it's kind of like comforting,
Ah.
and we also have in our heads like probably no one's gonna like this, which is fine because as long as you know that, whatever, I accept it for what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't as nervous going into the first shows as I thought I would be. Like, it wasn't anything like playing the first Anthesis shows.
No.
And part of that too is probably because the music isn't like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I have to like count and shit. Like, you watch old Anthesis videos and you can see me
Oh yeah.
out loud counting.
Oh, the video with Tugnut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where I fuck up hard.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think
We watched that
that
here.
was on.
We watched that here before.
Mark and I were talking about
just pure.
sitting down and watching. I have like 14 VHS tapes from like high school Tugnut to like the last Tugnut tour, and sitting down and fucking watching some of those and being super bummed out about
It's
it.
a little cringy,
But yeah, who's cool when they're young? Nobody, man. So, well, some kids nowadays, but not us.
yeah. But the thing with the Frig Dancer stuff, I don't know if it's like more fun, because Anthesis shows are super fun too, but I think it's just more loose, right? Like, I mean, the songs are super short. There's more times for breaks and just to kind of say dumb shit. And people, I don't know, the atmosphere at a show like that, it's just a little lighter. It's more goofy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the the stage banter? Who's like the lead guy? Who's talking to the crowd?
I would like to rip the songs all in a row really fast, and this guy takes breaks, and I'm like ready to rip the next song, and he's like drinking beer.
Taking
The
his
thing is
time.
too, it's like, the live vocals are such a new thing for me too.
Yeah.
Like, I still push really hard. Like, we did a couple weekends like back to back, and like after the second show, like I was all hoarse and my voice was all fucked up, and like I have a hard time getting through a whole set without my brain feeling like it's gonna like explode. So that's still a learning curve for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you get that pressure like in your head from yelling. Yeah.
Just when you can't hear yourself, like you push this way too hard because you can't hear yourself well.
Yeah.
Well,
Just overkill.
Yeah. So I need a break for that. But
what is it like singing this stuff live though? Because that like, you have to hit notes. You know, it's a total different thing than just fucking screaming.
Yeah, that was the most nerve-wracking for me, was that I wasn't just screaming the whole time. And it was like, okay, people can hear what I'm saying, so I have to actually remember the lyrics now. Where Anthesis, half the time I could forget the lyrics and it doesn't matter. I know the pattern, so I scream random stuff.
Yeah.
So people understand me.
yeah.
And like you say, there's actual notes. So it's like, okay, this is, it's still loose and rough. Ah, thank you. But it's got to be, I don't want it to be a shit show.
Yeah, exactly. Especially where we're new.
It can be loose and rough, but it's still got to be what it is.
Well, you don't use like in-ears or anything, eh?
No.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That'd be
I
nice.
don't care that much.
You don't care that much.
Take away, like, I'd rather, we played shows with no monitors whatsoever, and I'm fine with that too.
Yeah. I just gotta get used to it. Even like that last show that we played, I couldn't hear myself that well, and I just made a point of, man, if people can't hear you, they can't hear you, whatever.
Yeah,
True.
Like,
it's
you gotta
not your
get
fault.
Yeah, you gotta get through that comfortably.
But then you
So,
watch
just
video
because
back and
maybe
you're
the monitors.
you're watching video back and you're singing just like off key so bad.
Yeah.
What was the last show?
I tend to like the hard charger one, or the one at the hard charger.
Oh,
house,
yeah, right.
But yeah, like, and that's the thing. I tend to kind of bitch out live, and I just kind of dirty my vocals up, so I don't have to worry so much about notes.
Whatever.
But
Whatever.
it'll all come with experience. But I mean, so far, those have been fun. It's been a good response.
I
So.
just poured an Alpine into a glass.
There you go.
Fucking fancy pants over here.
Want to get that nice ring.
Yeah, give me that head.
So you guys, it's like it's punk and songs like garbage truck and actually all the songs are kind of like fire truck.
Same thing.
All the songs are kind of they have silly titles. Do you? I don't know. I think I feel like I already answered this question, but you're obviously taking it serious. You're pressing it. You got PR.
Yeah.
You have a Bandcamp, but there's like a silly aesthetic as well. I think I was talking to Battle Bear about this. Like, is there a conscious thought about like how silly to be? If there's a too
I'm not-
silly to cross?
I don't think we found the too silly yet. I think we both agree that, like, yeah, this band's like a little more lighthearted and it's going to be a little more goofy, and like Anthesis, where it's, you know, the content, we're weird, goofy people, but the content for Anthesis is pretty serious, and there's like themes that kind of go out throughout the songs and stuff. You know, with this is kind of where we can kind of let loose and be a little goofier. But I mean, at the same time, I don't just want to be a joke band either. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely not a like.
So
it's still taken seriously.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty good at, like, there's a couple songs. There was that like lizard human song that we wrote that we're like, no, that's way too stupid.
Yeah, we ditched a couple because they were too stupid.
Yeah, we got to reel it in a little bit. So that's kind of the line that we want to kind of ride, at least as far as I'm concerned, is, you know, definitely being lighthearted and fun, but, you know, also not just being a joke band. You know, I want people to know, like, hey, we write good songs. We're a good live band. Our records are solid.
Well,
I think that's where I separate. It's like musically, like writing songs.
Yeah.
The songs are all written seriously, like musically and all that. Like it's not like they're joke songs. And then so once we have the music and it's like, okay, this is a good song, and then we start working on lyrics. There's that balance of like, okay, this is funny, but I find even some of our songs that I find hilarious, they come across
Real serious.
which throws people off, because I've literally had people ask, like, dude, like, what's that song about? Like, you know, is everything cool? And it's like, oh no, that's about like a real dumb thing.
Yeah, like 48, the last song, like, we debated not even putting it on because musically it's way different, and like lyrically it kind of came off. I don't know. Like the whole joke was that it kind of sounds like almost like a post-hardcore emo-y kind of song almost musically. Excuse me. So the joke was, yeah, we'll write these super like emotional, just over-exaggerated lyrics. So I wrote the lyrics, and it's about when I was like in grade 2 or 3. I missed the bus like from school to home, and I was a real emotional kid, and I was scared like I'd be left at school, that, you know, my mom would never pick me up again. So like I literally, in my one-piece snowsuit, like dropped to the ground on my knees and just started crying like as all the other buses are going by. So that's what it's about. It's me like being terrified. That's it. Like, you know, I'm just like, my mom's never gonna come pick me up. I missed the bus. I fucked up. Like, you know, that's it. Life's over, kind of. But the song comes off as like real serious.
Well,
so we almost didn't even put it on.
It's funny because like
it
is serious. Like if in that moment, not even if in that moment, but in that moment when you were a kid, that was probably one of the most serious times of your life. So
oh yeah, my life's over. Like,
yeah, it has a serious tone to it. Is this
died just from him?
Yeah.
What's
so
that?
It was like, yeah, this has. I nearly died just from him telling me that story about when that happened. So I was like, this has to be a song for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some serious moments on it too.
Oh yeah,
you know,
there's
like
a couple real hateful, serious moments.
yeah, like there was. I had a job that was. I worked in a really poisonous work environment when I first graduated, and I wrote one song about that because that was a real shitty time in my life that I just kind of wanted to write about and kind of, you know, get out. And like that song's like that's pretty serious. That's pretty angry.
So as angry and serious as that song is, what's the title of that song?
Gluten Bridge.
Gluten Bridge.
Where's that one?
So there's still like
ridiculous.
kind of humor throughout it too, right? So
Oh, Gluten Bridge, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's like super serious lyric.
I was gonna say, Andrew, is this like the first time you've written, or did you write lyrics for Anthesis? Who writes for Anthesis the lyrics?
mainly this guy. Lily used to write a little more back in the day. I wrote
one song.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics to Pension Teeth on the last Anthesis album, and we kind of co-wrote a few. But this is the first time where like I wrote a significant amount of lyrics for sure.
Which I loved about this because typically where I was doing the bulk of everything with Anthesis, for this I was just like, man, whatever you want to do. Like, so I think we went through the tracks recently, and I think he wrote the lyrics to, 60-70% of the album.
Wow.
where typically I was like 90%. So that was great for me. Because he'd come to me with a whole bunch of lyrics, and then we'd work it out and fit it together. And then, you know, it was just kind of a different experience, which was kind of the whole point of this band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't want to do something that was like in 2.0.
Yeah.
Like, we had kind of a rule. It's like, nothing for this could be like, could this work for Antithesis? Like, that's not even an option. It has to be completely different. Or else what's the point?
Yeah,
Like, they'll write another Thesis album.
Yeah, and then it'll get kind of to the point where, like, you know, once Lily's done school and Antithesis kind of kicks up and is able to move a little faster again, then it's like, cool, so now we have this other metal band, and now we have two metal bands that are just going to compete for, like, a very finite amount of shows.
Yeah.
You're right. So, like, what's the like, let's do something completely different. And, like, we both listen to tons of different music, so what's the point in, you know, playing in another metal band, right?
Yeah. Andrew, when you're writing, like, is it at night or, like, on your phone? I'm curious, because I used to write, man. I used to do way more lyrics, and I fucking don't anymore at all. I've lost that. I even forget, like, even when I would do it, but as a kind of a new lyricist.
Mainly, like, on my phone or, like, on my computer at work on a break or something. Like, I don't really, like, it's not something I do, like, on a regular basis or anything like that. It's more like I like to do it. I really enjoy doing it, but it's more like, cool, we got this batch of songs. Basically how it would work is I would think of something I wanted to write about, and I would just write a bunch of verses, something I thought would be verses, something I thought would work as a chorus, and then next time we jam, because we had some demos recorded, I just give them to him and say, hey, here's these lyrics. I thought they might work for either this song, that song, or the other one. And we'd kind of go through it together and kind of figure out which it fit best. And like I told him every time, like, we don't have to use all these exact words or these exact phrases. Like, it's all right if we cut it up, if we take things out, if we add stuff. But it's a starting point, a jumping off point, right? So even though I wrote probably most of the lyrics, I mean, we pretty much arranged all of them together. And where he has more experience of, with the vocal patterns and the melodies is kind of more where I struggle at this point because it's so new, right?
What do you, like? Well, Miller, what do you do when you're putting patterns down for vocals? Like, do you just, you're looping it and you're just, like, mumbling it and recording it into a mic? Like, how do you, like, as far as the rhythmic pattern of the words, how do you map those out?
So we're pretty lucky, like we said earlier, with where we can record all the time and do everything. So we demo everything. And I find that's the number one thing for me. So what we'll do is, like, the day or, like, the day after we write something, we'll make sure to record it and demo it. Then I have that, and I'll listen to it, like, say, typically driving. So I'll drive, listen to the rough demo, and, you know, literally hum gibberish to find a melody and patterns. That's how I do it. So I'll have a melody and patterns, say, before I even have one lyric for the song. And so, like he was saying, where he would just kind of write lyrics, but with no real, you know, how they're going to function in a song. Those two ideas kind of come together. He's got a bunch of random lyrics. I've got a bunch of patterns and melodies. So let's take them, put them together, and make it work. So that's how a lot of that album kind of came together.
Wow.
Because I'd have a random melody and be like, "Oh, this is super catchy, but I don't have any words to jam in this melody." And then he'd be like, "Oh, read this dumb shit about my dog."
So you would just remember the harmony, and then, like, be able to keep that in your head, like, because it's a whole song. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of patterns and rhythms. Like, that's kind of the thing I'm curious. Like, do you just keep that melody in your head until you get to the mic to record that thing, or are you, like, on your phone, like humming shit?
No, I don't do that. I don't record. I don't like hum into my phone. What I'll typically do is I'll just I'll find a melody for one part of the song, and I'll, you know, like I said, I'll be driving. I'll just kind of repeat it, and then once I get back home, I'll maybe record a rough version of that, and
So you
then
keep
go
it in your
from
head,
there.
just like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, fucking frozen piss. Ah, fucking Christ! Hold up. I don't know. Fucking internet took a big shit on us.
My iPad died.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it just turned off. I was like, "There's no way that's dead." It was at 100% when we started,
Oh,
and
weird.
it shut off, started back up, and it's still at 84%. So I don't know what happened.
Weird. Oh, anyways. Well, we were talking about the.
Yeah, so I'll come up with a melody, record it roughly, and then once we have that main kind of theme for the song, the main like melody theme, then we just kind of work on it from there. And these songs are so short, and typically they only have like 2 or 3 parts per song. So it's so simple compared to what we're used to doing that it just like we can rip through it, man. Like that's a huge factor in this, is that we've been playing together for so long that like right now we could walk into the jam room and write a song.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we could. It's ridiculous, really. And just with the experience we have with each other and from what we're used to doing this, where it was just like, man, I just want to play some power chords instead of, everything's crazy time signatures and stuff.
And I just want to have 2 cymbals and one, like, that's all.
So it's just like when we take everything we're used to and we totally simplify it, it's just like we can just crank it out.
And I think that was the big thing too, like with this, like let's just, and it was something, we didn't want to have like a super long incubation period or anything. We just wanted to be like, let's just write some quick, good tunes that we could just get up and go with, and try to have like as minimal setup as possible and just easy, So that's kind of the whole point, right? Like, I'm playing like a basic kick. There's no double in it. Like and it's great. It feels awesome.
The gear doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I could take a guitar and plug into any amp and we can play our whole set.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and that was the whole point of it, right? Like,
yeah.
We overcomplicate so thesis. Not that I don't love that. 'Cause I love that band music we make. It's nice to not do that too.
Hell
This is this whole project was a reaction to that band.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it if I didn't know you guys, I wouldn't. It's kind of, if I'm just coming into Frig Dancer and then I heard that the same guys are in Antithesis, it would be kind of not jarring, but it would be kind of like a whoa, same guys, like such a different fucking band.
Totally.
Yeah.
I've had multiple messages from people saying like, I can't even believe that that's you singing.
That's what I think, man. I'm listening. I'm like,
wild.
How's that Miller? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you were one of those people. You sent me a message. You're like, what? Like, how is this even the same people?
I know. It's
and
crazy.
It's funny, when we first started, demoing vocals, he sounded so much like Matt Pike. It was like unreal on some.
Really?
It was like
you
High
could
on
just
Fire.
copy and paste these right into a High on Fire song, and they wouldn't be out of place. Like it was.
I'd love to
unreal.
hear. Well, I'm sure I'll hear them one
there's
day.
still a little now and then, but
It was not on purpose,
Yeah.
and then I really tried to avoid that.
but it
Well, that's
was
cool.
awesome.
I can't
I
picture.
love High on Fire, but it's like just the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I can't picture that over the tunes. Fucking Matt Pike growly shit over this like punk riff
Well,
shit.
it was more like he does like his high shit.
I'll see if I can
Yeah.
find one of those old demos with vocals, and I'll send it to you.
We'll play it for the Hibsy. What I was gonna
No, you
ask.
won't.
I was gonna ask. So, but your gear, are you splitting it into a bass cab too, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so that was kind of an afterthought. So originally what we were doing was I was just plugging into 2 guitar amps and having pure guitar tone.
Ah,
So then it was like, okay, how can we fill this out a little more as a 2-piece? So I split my signal, and then I put like a fake bass signal. So I used a Pog pedal with the octave down into a bass rig. So I had my normal guitar rig and then kind of my fake bass rig. And it took a little bit to kind of figure that out, because a lot of times if you're playing chords, that's a total mess. When single note stuff works really well. So it took a little bit of tweaking, and it's working out pretty well now. So that's what we're doing. So on the record, there's like fake bass track too, which I didn't play bass. It is still guitar with an
Okay.
octave pedal,
Okay.
the same as we do live.
Yes.
Because it really bothers me when albums have all this extra stuff that you can't reproduce.
Yeah.
So I like, okay, this has to be something that we can still do. So on the album is still guitar through an octave as like kind of a fake bass tone.
And you had already recorded it all just with guitar tracks, and I think
Yeah.
we played a few shows, and you'd done the bass rig, and you're like, hey, that works. So that's when you redid all the
Yeah,
tracks.
totally.
That's fucking awesome, man. And
No posers here, bud.
so it comes out on the 17th May. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the week. Let me think here. This is the 9th.
On your period.
So when this episode goes out, it'll be the Friday. So people listening, it'll be this past Friday. The record came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you guys are talking
Your
about
period will be over by then.
what's that? Your period will be over. Did you say?
You obviously didn't hear what I said about 10 seconds ago.
This fucking Facebook shit. And you guys are gonna like how hard are you planning to tour this thing?
I don't know, as hard as two guys with full-time big boy jobs can.
Yeah. No solid plan right now. So we're hoping we have a release show on the 18th. And
Oh, where's that? What's going on with that? What's the
Taco
details with
Pizza.
that?
Taco in St. John.
It's kind of like, do you remember where the Sun Star was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like it was kind of in that alleyway, and at the top of the hill there was a street
Okay.
that kind of ran like perpendicular to it. So it's on just like I don't know, 50 to 100 feet down the way there. It's just this little like Guatemalan restaurant that this guy has run for I don't know how long, a long time.
Was it on Germain?
I think it's Germain. Yeah, I can never remember all the streets up
So
town,
who
even though
else
I've
is
lived here
playing
my
it?
whole- There's our buddies, the Tasty Wangs, who are playing it. Chainsaw Boogie, and my little brother's band called Thirsty Camel.
Thirsty Camel.
So, yeah. Thirsty Camel.
Cool. And you guys obviously, yeah, you guys saw the
So-
pictures. You have the vinyl already, and you have all the physicals ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the Bandcamp, and you can order it. Yeah, everything's there.
Yeah, everything's there. I just got the Bandcamp up and going yesterday and got all the physical stuff, and it's all on the Big Cartel, Ancient Temple Big Cartel site for Canada and Hibernation Release.bigcartel for the US.
Did you guys like it's all available now? It's interesting because so it releases on the 17th, but like why is it that everything can be played but it releases on the 17th? You know what I mean? Like I feel like normally the day of the release is when I would go into Bandcamp and put like boom, like public, everything's going on.
Totally. So we played 5 shows last month.
Yeah.
And
kind of
in April,
up.
and we sold all records and tapes at all those shows, but just kind of low key because we had an exclusive stream coming out through New Noise magazine.
Yeah, I saw that.
So so we couldn't put anything online before that because they had the exclusive stream for the whole album. So we sold them at shows, but just like low key and didn't really talk about it. But now that the full stream's been out and it's been, a little bit, we just we put it all on Bandcamp, and people have been buying them at shows. So it was like, it comes out on the 17th, but whatever, man. If someone buys one today, I'm shipping it to them.
Yeah.
Like now.
So it's just
It's
a date that it comes out. It's not like a
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
We pretty much made the date meaningless. We played a bunch of shows last month and sold the records.
You had to have something to kind of base everything around, right?
Well, how is it working? Who the hell is this PR company you guys are working with? Where are they from?
Little Monkey Press is from Toronto. It's a dude named Gabe.
Was it Crosley that hooked you up with it?
Yeah, he did the Sago record, for those guys. So Crossley, we had a hard time finding PR because it was like everyone we knew was metal dudes.
That's right.
So we'd send them the album.
We'll do it, but
Yeah.
our contacts aren't going to post this or review it.
Yeah,
so.
everyone was like, yeah, this is a cool album, but no one, like, I can't help you. None of
Yeah.
my contacts help. So that was kind of a delay too. We were hoping it was going to be out like a month ago, but it was just a bit organizing that. And Cameron down in Philly, it was the same thing. It was like the people he typically deals with, Perfect World Productions, like it's mostly metal. So it was like I don't know what to do with this, and it's such a new world to us that we literally, man, like this is a brand new thing.
Totally.
It's a different scene, so it's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Well, you know what? It makes me
But
think of.
no, it is.
It makes me think of when I was trying to do that hip hop shit, and it's like, holy shit, I don't know anybody. It's like a whole new world.
And totally. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Well, shit.
And it's like it's.
Go ahead, buddy.
Huh? Oh, I was about to say, it's totally new, but at the same time, like the scene out east is so small. Like,
Yeah.
we still run into like as much as we're running into different people in different places. I mean, we're also running into a lot of the same people in the same circles as well, right?
Yeah.
So
It's only so big.
so there's still a comfort level there. It's not like I can't even imagine like hopping up to a venue being like the lone guy.
Oh.
Like in a new
Yeah.
world, like that would be wild.
Well, yeah, it's that feeling of when you're a kid starting from scratch. Like, who do I get a hold? You don't fucking know anybody. It's so crazy how important that fucking is. Like the scene and knowing people in the scene. I kind of take it for granted just because we've been doing it for so long that it's just like, yeah, of course you get a hold of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we've never, even with Antithesis, we've never done like a tour before.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, we know so many people in so many different cities that if we wanted to just like, whether it was for either band, if we wanted to like do a tour, we could go do it and contact people in different cities everywhere and have a tour set up.
Totally.
But that's just from the time we put in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally just getting to know people, becoming friends, and that's worth so much.
100%.
I don't know. I feel like you don't really realize it at the time when you meet people, but then like you keep in contact with them, and all of a sudden you're buds, and then next time you're in their city, you got a hookup.
Yeah.
You got someone you can trust. Somewhere you can stay. That's not a little shithole. It's like
it's
a lot of stuff that you don't really realize.
It's an in. I was gonna say it's like it's a foot in the door, because if you don't have that foot, you're just looking in. You're on the outside of that door looking in. Like, I don't even fucking know how to knock on this door. I don't know how to introduce myself. Like, hello, I'm part of that scene, but you guys don't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like, we're not like road dogs or anything by any means, but like even like we've slept on enough strangers' floors in dingy places, and like when we played Charlottetown, that was the first time in a long time where it was like, I don't know where we're sleeping tonight. I don't know these people. Yeah,
Oh,
like, it's
you
been
guys-
a long time since I felt
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because thesis, we've played around so much and met so many people, right?
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, we're sleeping on this dude's couches, I guess.
And
Yeah.
they were super
And it
nice.
was
And it was a
great.
super clean place. You had nice kitties.
Imagine like
It's great.
just we
Yeah.
don't the metal versus punk scene, like all the punks have like nice just it's some weird lie that like punks are like crusty and shit. All the punks are like mad clean and
Yeah.
all live with their parents
Oh,
and they
yeah.
cook
And
you
it-
breakfast in the morning and shit.
One thing that was a funny story from PEI though, like everyone had gone to bed and I had let a giant fart out, which smelled like I'd shit my sleeping bag.
Nasty.
And then this guy's like, shit, I can't find my keys. Where are my keys? So we're looking for his keys.
I don't sound like
and
that.
their whole living room reeks like diarrhea. And then he has to go to ask like, oh, did you pick up my keys like, by an accident? And they're like, oh, well, we'll help you find them. So they come out, and I just said, guys, I'm really sorry. Help in your living room. They
I
thought it
shit
was
on the
funny,
floor.
but-
They
It was
kick
just
you guys out.
Like, yeah.
Fuck.
Thanks, strangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, man. Well,
So,
shit.
Yeah, Brett. Thanks, man. Much appreciated.
It's let's do that. Let's do the Hibsy, we're about at that point in the episode. Yeah, close enough.
Cool.
It's fucked
You're just
because
gonna
like
play the whole album.
yeah, no kidding. I was gonna say it's fucked
The whole
because
end.
because we're buds, and I want to like try to introduce new people to Frig Dancer, but it's we've talked on the subject of bands and stuff for so much and so many times that honestly it's like what the fuck else can we talk about? What else do you guys want to say about Frig Dancer?
Have you ever asked us what our first gig ever was?
You told me Moncton.
No, but like when, like when we were kids.
Idiot.
Yeah,
You told me.
Yeah, Moncton,
I
Plan B.
think I talked about it the first time I was on by myself.
Well, shit, like for people who maybe listening for the first time, repeat the story.
All right. Well, for me,
Was it Moncton?
Yeah, I was in Moncton.
Good, cool. What song do you want to play off the album?
No, okay. Yeah, let's just play a song off the album.
Play a song.
You know what I wanted to play? I wanted to play Marty's Wallet.
Well, let's do everything you want to do.
What is Marty's Wallet about, if I can ask? I don't like asking that because I think it's up for interpretation, but
So, Marty's Wallet, the title of the song,
Mhm.
is kind of a screw up of his dog, Wally, which was called Wallet one time by accident.
Mhm.
And my dog, Maddie, who we always called Marty.
Yes.
So it became Marty's Wallet,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think
which has nothing to do with the lyrics of the song.
I think
And you wrote it, of course, so...
yeah. Is that the nothing?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
the
remember
one.
this. All the song names are stupid. I don't remember which one's which. Yeah, that one's just about like those days like you're at work, you're at home, you just feel like you crawl out of your own skin. You're just like, fuck, I'm bored. I don't know what to do with myself, and you're just kind of annoyed with everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of one of those.
I actually really like that track.
I find it funny that you chose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I feel like it's a kind of an odd song on the album. It's like extra melodic. There's vocal harmonies in there.
Yeah.
Which I tried it, like, I'm a sucker for vocal harmonies, so I wanted to put them everywhere in every song, but I held back. I forced myself not to, but that was one spot in the chorus of that song where I was like, okay, they can be here.
Mainly because I can't sing. I'm the limiting factor in the vocal harmonies.
No, that track is really awesome though. It's like for me it's like crazy catchy. Which I think
Yeah, that's
it is
cool.
pretty catchy. Yeah.
that was a
I
big,
love that the verse is just literally one chord over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, simple, man. Sometimes shit gets
Doesn't even
overthought.
change.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
play Marty's Wallet right here off of Frig Dancer's Hot Garbage. DJ voice guy.
Yay!
Okay.
My stomach's full, I got the sweaty afternoon gloom. And I'm ready to lobotomize myself and start again. And I have nothing. And I have nothing to give. This room is dim, but the lights rattle my brains. Days blade together and they all start to feel the same. And I have nothing. And I have nothing to give. And I'm looking for something to go my way. Days bleed together and feel the same. And I'm looking for something to go my way. Baby, it'll happen another day. And I feel the pressure and I can no longer hold it in. And I'm ready to lobotomize myself and start again. I have nothing. And I have nothing to give.
That was that. And so it's out if
That
people
was so good.
That was amazing. It's just frigdancer.bandcamp.com. Where did the name? I didn't ask you guys. Frig, like, you know, we say Frig, but Frig Dancer.
So I'm kind of glad that people haven't really caught on to the name because it's from a Trailer Park Boys episode where Randy tells Barb and Leahy and Barb break up with Randy, and he tells them that he hopes they have fun frig dancing, and that Barb's scalloped potatoes are fucked. So that's where it came from. But we're not like Trailer Park Boys based band, so I'm really glad that no one's caught on to that. Because if people caught on to it and were like kept their own Trailer Park Boys references out there, I like would want to change the name. Like, fuck this.
A few people,
very few, but
now
we should
everyone's
put the
gonna
clip
know
of that scene of this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do that. But yeah, it's Frig
It's on
Dancer.
YouTube. I already found it.
Frigdancer.bandcamp.com. And it's out. You guys can order the vinyl and support these two guys. Cassettes also available. Yeah, you're covered. Everything's covered.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And people in the U.S. can get it at hibernationrelease.bigcartel.com.
Cool. Yeah, save
Shipping down there is brutal from here, so that's from out of Philly.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, it's good to see you guys.
Yeah, you're super pretty.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
I didn't mention, but I know you've had them for a long time, but those glasses suit you.
Thanks, man.
They look good on.
Few people have told me that. Thanks. I feel good in them. I feel I always think that, and I feel like we can all be on the same page of this. When I look at my high school photos, I just think of how bummed out my dad was.
Dude, my yearbook is on this table right now.
Let's see if we
Here,
can...
I'll show you some good stuff here.
Listen, I'm going to close this, but
okay, you close it.
No, we're not going anywhere. We're going to have a post
I
podcast.
recognize those glasses. You took a risk with those glasses, and it paid off
Thank you.
handsomely.
Listen, okay, I'll close this off at another point. I love you guys. Buy the Frig Dancer record, and yeah, that's it.
Later, turds.
Later, turds. Deadly, that's the show, guys. Thank you for listening. I have the shirts if you guys want to order a shirt and support the show that way. Oh my god, dry throat. Takerwide.bigcartel.com or just go to takerwide.com. All the social media I have mostly is the Facebook, the Instagram, which is Takerwide Podcast. I'm trying to post as often as I can. If you haven't followed that, please follow. What else can I say? I got the pins and the patches if you guys want to get some of that. What else is happening podcast-wise? I don't know. Trying to get some bigger guests on. Trying to keep this ball rolling. I appreciate the listeners. And I appreciate the sponsors. Let me shoot those guys off real quick. I'll do it backwards how I normally do it. Wellington Brewery, the Canada's oldest independently owned microbrewery from Guelph, for the beers. Dapper Beard Oil, the beard oil company from Ottawa, isn't a beard oil company selling to people. They're a people company. And that also makes a damn good beard oil. DapperBeardOil.com. Use promo code TakerWide free ship for the free shipping. IroncladGraphics.com. Get your shirts made through them. They're out in Kingston, but they ship coast to coast and they're competitive. Shirts and everything else. Hats, toques, patches, pins, stickers. Kevin Rigo of Hefner Toyota at 3121 King Street East in Kitchener. Good friend. Love Rigo. Buy a car off him. Mention the show. Get special pricing on new vehicles. HeartbeatHotSauce.com for that hot sauce that you will love if you try it. Fucking go try it. It's so good. And Brewed Biscuits, all natural, spent grain pet treats. Spentgrains.ca. That's TWO, spentgrains.ca. Find them everywhere. I love you guys. Thank you. And yeah, that's really it. Thank you. Have a good week. See you guys.